Hello everyone, good evening and welcome along to this special broadcast message. I'm Katie Burns, Vice Chairman of the Scottish Association of Young Farmers Clubs. The past year has been a year like no other. For a membership organisation like ourselves, built on regular meetings, social contact and competitions, adjusting to lockdown was no easy task. But to see many clubs adapting to keep their members engaged has been amazing, and my thanks must go out to you all. As we enter the AGM season for clubs around the country and look forward to the new year ahead, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce a very special guest and great supporter of the Scottish Young Farmers movement to address us all. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Prince Charles, the Duke of Rothesay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to have this opportunity to speak to you all as members of the Scottish Association of Young Farmers Clubs. Spring, of course, is always a crucial time for farmers, with sowing, lambing and calving as the countryside awakens after winter. But this is a spring like no other, and as you deal with these unprecedented circumstances, I know you will need all the resilience and resourcefulness that is such an enduring feature of the young farmers movement. I must say I was fascinated to learn that the very first Young Farmers Club in Scotland was founded in 1928 at Lanargill in Caithness, an area that is particularly close to my heart, as my much beloved grandmother, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, made her home at the Castle of May and proudly owned not only a pedigree herd of Aberdeen Angus cattle, but also a flock of North Country Cheviot sheep at Longo Farm. As part of that legacy, I am proud to retain that same herd and flock today. It was in 1938 that the Scottish Association of Young Farmers Clubs was established as the governing body for the growing number of clubs throughout Scotland. And following the war, the movement in Scotland went from strength to strength. And it is a testament to the dedication of members over the years that the association is now in its 9th decade. Now, some of you may remember, in 2013 I was invited to be your patron for your 75th anniversary year. This was a great honour for me, as you represent the future of the industry which keeps food on our plates and which is the steward of so much of the priceless Scottish countryside. And of course, as far as stewardship is concerned, and despite everyone's best intentions, the efforts to increase food production after the food security emergency of the Second World War helped contribute to the problems we now face over climate change and biodiversity loss on our farms. Not before time, now nearly everyone agrees that our food and farming systems have to change fundamentally if we are to address these existential challenges. In that connection, it is particularly heartening to witness the emergence of a whole generation of young farmers who are becoming ever more interested in the adoption of regenerative and agroecological methods of production. It is even more inspiring that young Scottish producers are amongst the leading practitioners of this approach. This is why, if I may say so, I'm so proud to have played a part in developing all the new agricultural training opportunities which we are putting into place at Dumfries House in Ayrshire. I believe that regenerative farming practices have the capacity not only to transform our landscapes, but also to provide meaningful employment for a whole new generation of young people affected by the COVID pandemic and looking for a change of lifestyle, producing high-quality food working in harmony with nature. Young blood and new ideas will be essential as we approach the future challenges of farming, which will require all your enthusiasm and insight. The most successful path for agriculture will be through its ability to tell a special story of high standards of environmental sensitivity, food quality, and animal welfare, while emphasizing local provenance and sustainable management. Underpinning this must, I suggest, be an enlightened approach to soil management, often referred to now as regenerative agriculture. Much is talked about the move to net zero carbon emissions, and I'm sure that you, the future of Scottish farming, understand that not only will regenerative agriculture help massively in achieving net zero through restoring soil fertility and carbon sequestration, but it will also unlock new and valuable markets for your farming businesses. I am delighted that my Prince's Countryside Fund was able to support the Scottish Association of Young Farmers Clubs between 2017 and 2019 in order to provide succession planning workshops. And I do hope these were useful, both for young farmers and for the wider good of the industry in making plans for the future. Of course, Young Farmers is not only an organisation for those with links to or an interest in farming, and it is marvellous that as an inclusive and diverse organisation, you teach skills and attitudes that prepare young people for life in a huge variety of ways. I'm also immensely conscious of the role that the network of local clubs plays in the well-being of rural communities throughout Scotland, often in remote areas, by combating rural isolation and the associated issues of mental well-being. I need hardly say that the strengths and social cohesion that you foster are hugely important in the difficult times we are currently experiencing. Ladies and gentlemen, the farming industry has faced many challenges over the decades, but I have no doubt that the current pandemic is one of the greatest you have faced as a movement. However, the tenacity with which you have tackled these issues and the huge dedication of your officials and volunteers has been truly inspiring. All of these qualities will be needed as we cope not just with the aftermath of the pandemic, but with the ongoing and immense challenges of climate change, where, as farmers and land managers, you have greater opportunity and greater responsibility than most in helping mitigate climate change and to make a real difference in encouraging biodiversity. As you work to shape a sustainable future for the unique country of whose land you are custodians, I can only wish you every possible success.